How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting, and welcome back to Muv-Luv Monday, where we're here in Total Eclipse, and I think we're going to be officially kicking off what's going to be the main conflict of the finale. Now, granted, knowing Muv-Luv, it won't be as simple and straightforward. It's going to end in horrible disaster, death, pain, and suffering, because it's Muv-Luv, and it's Muv-Luv Alternative specifically, which is full of, like, just awfulness with a sliver of hope, you know, as they do. So what are we going to be talking about today? I think this is the official announcement that we're essentially going to go head to head with the Scarlet Twins in an actual like essentially what the blue flag was going to be, but we're going to kind of just resume it anyway. The idea being that Japan wants to know whether or not they want to pour resources into Terminators and like with the Soviets, or to continue the XFJ program. And the thing is that's really sad is, again, that realization that they even talked about, that Sendek mentioned, that what made the Terminator so successful in Blue Flag had nothing to do with the TSF. The TSF, even though it's like a 2.5 TSF, it's essentially on par. In fact, I guess like it seems from by all accounts, the Shunri second is superior in every way. The only difference is that the Scarlet Twins are just so phenomenal pilots, and they're growing more, creating more, so that's exciting. But anyway, enough about that. Who needs reality here when we have to prove ourselves? So yeah, let's get this. Let's listen to Dogulu, which I'm guessing is going to be like the announcement of this plan, and we're going to see how the fallout plays out, and we'll kind of see, because now we've been spending so much time with Kriska and Inya and being friendly with them. I wonder if this is going to cause tensions or issues in that regard, because it seems Sandek, at least for now, is okay with the things as they are. Although he's obviously very concerned, he seems content with allowing the relations to continue. But what's everyone else in Argus going to start thinking? So yeah, let's just jump in and see what we'll go. That is.
我がアルゴス試験小隊はソ連イーダル小隊との開発戦術機比較試験を行うこととなった。
Yeah, I wonder how open he's going to be about like why this is happening. What? We'll be going head to head against Kriska and Inya. We'll have to fight them again.
Hi, Chui! 質問の許可を。ヴィンセントが徹夜で作業してるってのは。
学んだる少尉。まあいい。学んだる少尉の予想通りだ。
Okay.
現在2番機の組み立てを急ピッチで進めている。
Yeah, that's sad. Like, if we hadn't had the terrorist attack, we'd probably be like working on Unit 3 right now, rather than just trying to resurrect Unit 2.
2日後には実機稼働が可能になる予定だ。しっかりと準備をしておけ。
There we go.
は、了解しました。
That's good news. Last time I barely managed to stop them in their tracks, but 9 out of the 10, the battle would have turned out the other way. Wonder if I'll be so lucky the second time around. Hard to see how we're gonna win when Kriska and Inya will be flying the sparkling brand new Burkrot. Crap. Do I even have a chance? Well, guess there's only one way to find out. At least this time I won't be fighting for real.
比較試験ビエルクトとか。
よし。 今度こそあいつらに借りを返してやれるぜ。
Teresa's so excited. She's like, yes! It's like, no. No.
何沈んでんだよ。ユーヤがそんなんじゃ困るんだよ。こういう時は胸張って余裕見せるもんなの。
You have such a way with words, Teresa.
その通りですね。
Oh, hey.
皆さんは私がボーニング社から派遣された人間だということはもちろんご存知ですよね。
So, Boeing Company is a corporation is obviously supposed to be a play on words for Boeing, which is an actual aerospace engineering company. Unfortunately, Boeing is in a little hot water. They used to be really well known and recognized for high quality, but lately that seems to have been shelved. I'm guessing out of a sense of trying to, you know, be more profitable. Nothing wrong with profitability with a company, really. It's the things you sacrifice in order to attain such recognition. Some of the scummier tactics we've seen lately are gaming industries who will do things like work their workers really, really hard to push out products and then lay off a bunch of people right before they have an earnings report so that they can report that, oh yeah, we are spending less on employment and gaining more profits than ever. So everyone's happy except for, all the people's lives that were ruined. Cool stuff. And Boeing, as the real life Boeing, has lately been caught essentially making brand new aircraft that have like very critical oversights that are potentially leading to disasters and deaths. So yeah, I go, great. Super fun. Because, like the first thing you want to be thinking about when you get on an airplane is, will the doors fly off while we're flying? Because, never even thought that would be something we'd consider until recently. That's just sad. But this company at least seems to be, well, a company.
そして我がボーニングがこの XFJ 計画に莫大な資金を投入していることも。
He's like, I'm not even going to pretend that a lot's riding on this, a lot of money.
実は今回のテロの影響を我が社も受けておりましてですね。
Oh dear.
非常に弱った事態になっているんです。
So he's like, I'm not going to let you guys lose.
インペリアルが94セカンドの性能に疑問を感じているようなんですよ。第 2.5 世代機であるチェルミナートルに敗れたではないかと。
Interesting. So he has some really like inside information. So he must have a contact on that council. And probably what is it, Major Iwana? Yui's kind of like sponsor essentially. I imagine that they're in conversation at least, or maybe he's even, or actually, it would make more sense if he's just directly in communication with the Japanese TSF development company. So yeah, like he must have gained that insight. What the fetch?
破れてなんかいねえよ。ユーヤはちゃんと勝っただろうが。
けどお前は負けた。
それは不意打ちを食らったから。しかもこっちはズタボロ、あっちはサラピンだったんだぞ。
Yeah, but unfortunately for the bureaucrats, they don't see it that way.
おそらく余裕で勝つことができなかったことが問題なんでしょうね。
その通り。現場の事情など彼らには些細な問題でしてね。そこで皆さんにはこちらが投資した金額に見合った結果を明確に出していただきたいということなんです。
There it is. All that terrible stuff I was talking about, real businesses in the real world doing, it's the same motivation. All the important people want to see a number go up, a number go burr.
へえ、面白いこと言うじゃんか。
私もいろいろ辛いんですよ。ですが、私はあの程度の戦術機に負けるような機体を作ったつもりはありません。皆さんもそうでしょう？ブリッジス少尉。
That's right.
ご理解いただけて何より。そうそう、面白いお話がもう一つ。インペリアルはソ連機の導入も視野に入れたようですよ。
Again, like that decision is like so like it's like from our perspective with all the information we have, it's absolutely moronic. I understand why they're making it, but man, it really feels like they're making like monumental decisions on like tiny little things. Again, I think it highlights more that people in Japan have been swayed to try like they've got some other reason to be pushing for the Soviet tech rather than actual like practicality. What?
つまり比較試験でソ連機の後陣を排するようなことがあれば、残念ながら XFJ 計画はここで終了です。
And you know what sucks is I imagine that Kriska and Inya are going to be put under the exact same pressure where like you have to succeed or everything we're working for will fail. And so it's like we like each other, but like we also like are now going to be enemies. Ooh, that's interesting. What does that do to friendships? Because like we genuinely care for them and I think they genuinely care for us, but when our jobs are literally on the line and only one of us can triumph, what happens?
ここまで計画を進めておいて開発を中止するというのでしょうか。それこそ投資の無駄に。
帝国軍が何を考えているのかはわかりませんよ。ただ私に言えることは、チェルミナートルに干渉していれば、こう言われることはなかったということだけです。
Oh, now that's unfair.
なるほどね。じゃあ、 あいつらをぶっ倒してやりゃいいんだろ。
おいおい先生、お前やられっぱなしじゃねえか？
なんだとこの野郎。
ちょっと。
ええ、そうしてください。それでこそ投資に見合ったリターンですよ。
Great. So it's not even like, oh, you have to win. You have to win soundly.
任せろよ。今度こそうちのメス。
質問。演習はいつ頃の予定ですか
3 days?
スケジュールに関しては現在調整中だ。だができるだけ早くと帝国からせかされているのも事実だ。
Cool. Me and Yuuya poured our blood, sweat, and tears into the Shiryu second. I'll make the higher-ups admit the machine's worth the money and then some.
言うや。
頼もしい言葉ですね。それを聞けば公認の開発主任も喜ぶでしょうね。
Oh, they haven't even... I didn't even... Actually, I had not thought about that, but of course we're gonna have a new leader. So they've already decided on a replacement for Yuuya. I mean, they need to. It's sad, though. I'm fine.
公認って、それ、思いっきりババ引かされてんじゃないですか。
あたしらが勝てば、ババじゃ
この
な。
保証もねえのに主任なんて、普通のやつならやらねえよ。来て早々計画取り潰しかもしれねえんだぞ。経歴に傷つくだろうが。
What if it'll be, like, that major who sent Yuuya?
その点は心配いらないでしょう。その人物は好んで馬場を引くような方ですし、何よりも皆さん負けないんですよね。
Who would relish that chance? Who? Why? Why would anyone actually like that idea? Yeah. We have to win this, no matter what. Win, force the Empire to recognize the Shiryu second once and for all. It's the only thing I can do to pay Yuuya back.
その公認、なかなか骨があるじゃねえの。そんな奴の経歴に、俺らが泥塗ることはできねえよな。
よーし、やってやるぜ。スカーレットツインをやっつける。そして、中村の XFG 計画を完遂する。
Yep.
そうね。そうしないとね。
And we will, I swear. We'll beat Idol for sure, no matter what. Ugh, I'm not so sure, man. October 6th, 2001.
チェックポイント5、マイナス 2.47。ビアチノは勝利です。
So this is Enya flying with the other pilot.
入りたまえ。
チェックポイント6、マイナス 3.59。
Hey, Kriska, you holding up okay? You don't look so good. She's still worried. Apparently her birthday was recent.
OK だ、タリサ。やってくれ。
Hey, she's back.
了解。アルゴス2よりコマンドポスト。これより着座情報の転送を開始する。
コマンドポスト了解。転送を開始せよ。
散々待たせやがって。こき使ってやっからな。
There it is. I like the color scheme on hers.
ふかしすぎじゃねえのか？
Let her be, dude. She isn't the only one.
問題なさそうね。
A flight level teamwork exercise is next on the agenda if the test flight goes well. We all need the practice we can get. Facing the Scarlet Twins is just as bad as facing a team of raptors.
調子良さそうじゃない。
Hey, Yufei.
ここんとこシールで隠されてたからそろそろかなとは思ってたけど案外早かったわね。
Yeah, well, you know how these things go. Research and development. Oh, yeah.
徹夜で作業してましたから。
そういえば聞いたわよ。あんたたちイーダルの連中と合同演習やるらしいわね。
That's a word. You work fast.
まあね、手強いわよ。何か考えはあるの？
Not really.
あんたね。
There's no way a TSF Yuuya and the rest of the guys built will fall behind a Soviet product, so the pilot's skill is all that's going to make the difference. And what's going on with the TUF anyway? Your people have been working their asses off lately.
あら、バレた？私の復帰に合わせて、ジャンジ11型の試験に変更しようって話があったのよ。
Okay, so... Okay.
へえ。
A new TUF model, huh?
おっしゃー、出るぞ！足元うろちょろしてる奴らを避難しろよな！
That's fair. That's fair. Let's get out of here. Gah. It'd be so cool watching them walk around.
ジャンジ11型って確かジュラーブリクがベースの。
そうよ。統一中華戦線のハイローミックスだから。
So they're also opening their wallets to the Soviets, huh?
バイパー系列のジャンジ10型とジュラーブリック系列のジャンジ11型。どっちがハイでどっちがローなんだか。
Yeah, interesting. The Third United Front is a composite state made up of the Western Bloc, Eastern Bloc countries, politics and all. The logistics of having two TSFs with completely different technological systems in active service must be a nightmare.
Sateto. そろそろモニタールームに入らんとな。タリサ先生の活躍を見てやらんとね。
Yeah, she'd make her non-existent Viking ancestors proud. Talk to you later.
待って！
Whoa, what? Okay, that was oddly, like, emotional outburst. What's up?
なんでもないわ。言おうと思ったこと。忘れちゃった。
I think she must be genuinely worried about him. Like, I think there's more too that she's worried about. Okay. Weird. Yufei's not the type to suddenly clam up.
じゃあね。
I wonder if she's like leaving. Like,
おい、ユウヤ
I wonder if she's like leaving and like that's the last time we're gonna see her, and she like wanted to say goodbye. My bad. I'll be right there. That'd be really sad if she just like ended up leaving. God, this guy.
反射速度、命中率、安定性、融合時の能力値はすべて格段に向上している。だが、完全融合に達するまでの時間にわずかの遅れが生じている。どういうことだ？何を見落としているのだ？私は振動強度が改善した結果、完全融合までの時間が伸延されるなど想定外だ。サンダークの低能にどう説明すればいい？
That's a lot of smack for a man who's living literally at the whims of such Sandek.
やはり並列運用に問題があるのか。問題があるのはビアチェナではなくシェスチ
Excuse me.
いや、違う。シェスチナが原因であれば、改良体を接続した際にも同様の現象が発生するはず。いずれにせよ、被験体を増産してマッチテストを繰り返さねば。ベリアエフだ。わかった。今から行く。くそ！
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. October 7th, 2001. You don't see Crisco or Inya anywhere. There's Captain Sendek over there, but his entourage is just a bunch of dudes usually working in the background.
ブリッジス。堂々とよそ見とは余裕だな。
Yes, sir. Very sorry, sir.
まあいい。ブリーフィングに集中しろ。
Sir.
バーカ、もっとうまくやれよ。
Nobody asked you.
本日の試験スケジュールですが、障害コースでの軌道測定から行います。使用コースは B103 練習区画の A。アルゴス試験小隊から順に計測を行います。
Okay. So maybe they're not here because they're already in sync in their TSF. But yeah, so it sounds like... so first is just obstacle course. Honestly, we should be able to bag that pretty well. That's going to be the useful... This is going to be the usual for the next 2 weeks. An obstacle course run to measure maneuverability, 3 mock battles on top. But this isn't a mere exhibition anymore. The results of this exercise will determine the machine the Empire will adopt as its next mainline TSF. I mean, that was kind of what the blue flag was supposed to do, so it's not like the stakes are much higher than that. Except for now it's like, okay, so it's not just like whether the program's going to make it or not. This is literally like, is the program going to be adapted or not? So I guess it's more like a final rather than a midterm.
正面モニターにコース概要を表示しました。なお、このデータは各機体に送信済みですので、機体登場後にも確認はできます。南から侵入した戦術機は15カ所のチェックポイントを通過し、演習区画北端に設置された野外陣地付近をゴールとします。計測順はアルゴス94セカンド1番機、94セカンド2番機、イーダル、ビエルクト複座型。測定は3回行います。1巡目は通常計測、2巡目は乱数要素ありの計測。
Ah, cool. So, the first time they go through, it's just the course. The second, they add random changes that you can't anticipate.
3巡目は乱数要素に追加してコース上にターゲットを設置。その撃破数もポイントとして加算します。
I like that. That's actually a really cool way to do it. Is it like an unfamiliar, just blind run with just basic like readout information, a second run with basic but faulty readout information, but you've also become more familiar with the route because you've run it, so it kind of like, it adds more twists to it. And then a final run where not only they're also randomizing like events, but there's also targets for bonus points, which is cool.
道路注意よろしいか。
何でしょうか、三大区隊。
突然の申し出で恐縮なのですが、せっかくの比較試験です。データとなる数字は多い方がいいでしょう。演習時間を延長し、3巡観測の1セットではなく、2セットにしていただきたい。
Oh, I think he wants to do the test with the 2 different pilot setups.
計測値として記録するのは2回のうち、スコアが良い方ということではいかがですかな。
So he wants to use both, but he wants to get the best time out of the 2. Interesting. It's an interesting idea because like I don't think like obviously they've not revealed that they're switching up pilots with the Scarlet Twins. And so they don't really know that this is actually advantageous to send deck only.
なるほど。ハイネマンさん、ソ連側から提案を頂戴しましたが、どうでしょうか。現場としては。いいんじゃないのかな。
推進剤の備蓄は足りるよね。
問題ありません。
では、いいな。ブリッジス。
Just to clarify, I would run the first course twice, then Lieutenant Mandela and each member of the Soviet team would do the same. Once everyone's done, we would introduce randomization and run that course 2 times in the same order. Finally, we'd add the targets and repeat the process.
いや、そうではない。まずはアルゴス。次に我々で通常計測を1回。次に乱数要素ありの計測を1回。そしてターゲット撃墜を1回。それが終わったら休憩を挟んで午前と同じメニューを消化していきたい。
It's interesting, but like again, it's like I feel like there's even more to it than just like switching up the pilots. Sounds like a pain in the butt. Why don't we do it my way? We won't need to configure the course a bunch of times or anything stupid. With all due respect, I'm afraid that would place unnecessary burden on the measurement team.
同じメニューを短期間に連続して計測すると、期待性能以上に A 氏の才能がデータに大きく影響してしまう可能性がある。いわゆる慣れというものだ。その影響を極力排除することが私の提案の意味だ。
Got it. In that case, I have no objection. This changes nothing. I have my mission. Now I need to accomplish it. Eyes on the prize, always.
では、サンダーク隊。3種類の計測を2セットという。
了解です。共に良い数字が出せることを期待しましょう。それと、明日以降の模擬戦も同様にしたいですな。
The mock battles, huh? We handle them the same way as the obstacle course. We'll have 2 element level battles, 2 flight level battles, and 2 one-on-one battles.
うちとしては問題ないですね。
了解しました。では、ラワヌナンド軍曹。その旨は至急、国連軍に申告しておくように。
了解。
では、計測の詳細規定について、説明の続きを。
は。
Interesting. 191, 992, 193.
コマンドポストよりアルゴス1、全標的機撃墜。試験終了。速やかに帰還せよ。
Argus 1 to command post. How do the numbers look?
こちらコマンドポスト。計測記録は13分46秒。繰り返す。計測記録は13分46秒。総合ポイントは現在集計中。
I destroyed over 190 targets by my count, which comes to an above 95% kill rate. Nothing wrong with the numbers at first glance. Argus 1, understood. Carrying to base.
やるじゃねえかよ。さすがエース。13分46秒ってなんだよ。もしかしたら15分切るかもって思ってたら、1分以上も刻んできやがった。
Who the heck do you think I am?
ムカつく。鬼のようにムカつく。だが、大きい私は、あえて褒めてやる。偉いぞ、ユウヤ。
I think it's weird that she's so self-aware that she's like, I'm foaming at the mouth. It's like, okay, calm down, Tiger. Thanks for counting on you, Tiny.
おう、任せろや。行くぜ、ステラ。よーし、行ってくるぜ。
肩に力が入りすぎよ。
いいんだよ、これくらいで。全開で行くんだからさ。
元気を持て余してんな。ついてくだけでこっちはクタクタだってのに。
Tell me about it. She's a gosh darn kid.
そうだな。まったくだぜ。
何にせよ。ユウヤの出した数字はかなりイケてると思うぜ。参考記録と比較してもズバ抜けてる。
What?
あいつらの結果だな。
Oh no. You got that right.
あのビエルクトに乗ってるやつも大したもんだぜ。空力の難しそうな機体をしっかり飼いならしてやがる。新しく補充されたイーダルの兵士ってのが何者かは知らねえが、スカーレットツインの単なる重りじゃなさそうだな。
Jeez, again, look at those things. They're so cool looking. Oh boy.
まあ、しかしなんつっても、乱数は運もかかってくるとはいえ、まさかこんな数字が出るとは予想すらしなかったぜ。
Right. There wasn't that much of a difference in our numbers when we ran the normal course, but once random elements were introduced, the gap between us widened like crazy. My numbers couldn't even compare. So the result will depend on the score in the Hive invasion simulation, right?
そういうことだ。
Works for me. Yishka.
あいつら、なんて動きをしてやがる。
これは。
尋常じゃねえぞ。
Nirami, what's their numbers?
はい。第11チェックポイント通過時点で、
Fetch
7分
me.
11秒。
Oh my gosh, what the fetch? How are we supposed to... What?
嘘だろ？計測ミスじゃねえのか？
Less than 8 minutes. Get the fetch out of here. That's crazy.
言葉もないわね。
That should, like... Yeah, It's so interesting, because again, like, remember, this is all the program, like, Alternative 3 program at work. It has nothing to do with the TSFs themselves, but that's not what anyone's going to care about.
ああ、完全にやられた。圧倒的だぜ。いや、まったく。どうやったらこれだけの数値が出るんだよ。まるで、どこに標的が出現するのか知っているみたいだ。
1巡目はともかく、2巡目は圧倒的にこちらの負けね。
I want to believe they've learned their lesson, but could it be the darn Soviets are still drugging their pilots? I mean, there's a lot at stake. If the USSR beats us in this series of tests, Japan might choose a Soviet craft as their next mainline TSF. The Reds have to know the mask will come off sooner or later, but once it's done deal, they can come up with all flavors of bull crap and excuse a lesser performance. Well, this is nothing but speculation on my part. Not like I can go and ask Kriska directly.
情けないこと言ってんだよ、BG。あいつらはな、スカーレットツインなんだぜ。こんくらいの記録なんて想定内じゃねえか。
先生、なんだよ。やけに前向きじゃねえか。
当たり前だ。こっちとら高村の思いを叶えてやらなきゃいけないんだ。後ろなんて向いてられるかよ。
Teresa. Yeah, she's right about that. We can't lose our nerve over something that might or might not happen. Yeah, I'll have to figure something out by the time the mock battles begin. God, it makes my gut twist. Like, I don't like the feeling of this whole thing is just wrong. 12 minutes, 58 seconds. We were completely outclassed. Right now, those numbers are out of my reach. A mere pipe dream. The problem doesn't lie with the sheer seconds performance. I should know. I'm the guy who pushed the Raptor to its limits. Yeah, he's pissed, though. There's a 48-second difference between us. Night and day compared to the numbers Kriska and Innie obtained during their initial run. Am I still so far behind them? Because, man, the way they took those corners at high speed. Does the Berkut have some better sensors? Is the sheer second less responsive? Drug up your surface pilots till they're seeing pink elephants if you want, but it's all for nothing if the machine can't keep up with the chemically enhanced skill. Wait a second. So that's how all the stuff Kriska said the other day about how the Berkut's linear and precise reaction to precise reaction to inputs comes into play. Back then, it sounded to me like having a machine that reacts to the level of fidgety to inputs down to the millimeter was a drawback, but that's only because human pilots aren't typically capable of computer-like precision. But find a crew like that, and you're off to the races. Oh, this makes me really, like, here's a nerd out moment for you. It's like, so we know Takaru gets introduced to this timeline, and one of the things he implements is the new OS system to help run TSF computers. And because up until this point, like, they're using the archaic system still right now, and he's saying they're having trouble keeping up. But then when Takaru introduces his, like, button combo shortcut systems, the idea of, like, where you're training the computer, like, the computer tries to anticipate your movements based on, like, historical data, but by introducing, like, shortcuts where by having smaller, simpler inputs, you can order more complex maneuvers and manipulations of the TSF, he's able to achieve far faster reaction times and conditioning with the pilots and the machines. Essentially, training. He essentially introduces the concept of the video games that he used to play because of their simulation, and using said simulation patterns to kind of enhance the operating system of the TSFs in the future in this timeline to make them better and more responsive. And they talk about in there how, like, pilots who'd never used the OS system before were able to suddenly fly at skill levels far exceeding what they'd been able to do despite years of experience behind the sticks. So I wonder, while this is really impressive and interesting, I'm starting to wonder if, like, the whole system gets thrown out of whack. Like so the Soviets obviously have a great system using essentially psychic people, which are very limited, expensive, and time-consuming to get, like, set up to be pilots. And then what if Takaru's operating system changes, completely blow those numbers out of the water anyway? Granted, combine that operating system with psychics and you get some pretty and crazy stuff that could happen, but it makes me wonder, like, what does this program look like a post-Takaru and post-Yuko-sensei intervention of the operating system? I wonder if that's something that ever could be looked at or covered. I'd love to know. But anyway, that doesn't change the fact that we're in a crisis right now. So find a crew like that, you're off to the races. It would be completely impossible to replicate those maneuvers with the sheer second. That's a good thumbnail, actually. This Takaru, not Takaru. Gosh, I'm in Takaru mode. Yuuya, and freaking out. And the Berkut, with its superior engine output, can pull off crazy flippy crap. We can't. We might as well just pack it in. Stop with the defeatist crap. Don't pass the buck. And I fell short. End of story. Amazing as they are, everyone has a weak point. Kriska and Innie can't be on the same page 100% of the time, right? If only I could find a way to exploit that. Oh no, you wouldn't. You know, you're not gonna tempt fate with the, like, succeed at all costs. You're gonna use your emotional connection to sabotage them. He better not. Even if it's really scummy what's happening, I'm gonna lose all respect for you, Yuuya, if you do that. Someone's singing. Ooh, Kriska. Interesting. This is not something we've seen of her. beautiful. The piece isn't exactly what you'd call a chart chopper. There's a tint of melancholy to the melody, a longing for a distant hometown, which she may never return. It's funny. Can't say I've ever been much of a music guy. Never did much for me. But there's something about this song. Oh. Sorry, did I startle you?
Yuuyaか。
Y'all by yourself today? It's weird they're not together. Even weirder for her to admit it up front. What's going on with her? Beautiful song. Didn't know you had a talent for music.
うまいかどうかはわからないが、これは好きな歌なんだ。いや、好きというより、これしか知らない。
Hey, you know what? Even if you only have one option, it could still be your favorite. What's it called?
わからない。子供の頃収容されていた施設で教わった。
Whoa, so that's how she was raised.
どうした？
Just wondering, the song has no lyrics?
忘れてしまった。だが、この曲だけはずっと耳に残っているんだ。
So, like, that song's not supposed to be familiar, is it? I mean, it sounded kind of vague and very, like... What do you call it? Like, it didn't feel like it had a specific melody. Maybe like a country song or a folk song or something? Well, figures. The kind of song you start humming to yourself when something's on your mind. Oh, so there's something on her mind after all. Did something happen to Inya? Maybe it's not my place to ask, but did she lose consciousness again?
いや、違う。
Man, that's a curt answer. At least it doesn't sound like she's under the influence of drugs or hypnosis, and that means today's results come down to a difference in ability. Kriska, talk to me. What's on your mind? I think I have an idea already. Your boss has found the mirror that got mad at you, right?
何を言っているんだ。そんなことは全くない。見当外れだぞ。
What a hostile answer. Dude, chill. I was trying to lighten the mood. Makes me feel bad when you take my jokes seriously.
ジョーク？そんなことに気を使っている暇があったら、明日のことを考えろ。
That's fair. No need to tell me. I've been racking my brains thinking about how to beat you guys.
だったらいい。私も簡単に負けはしない。
Yo, sure, yeah, at this point, I'm not sure you could let me win. Oh, trust me, I know you guys aren't easy opponents by any stretch of the imagination, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna try. Let's go all out in tomorrow's mock battle. May the best team win. I have a feeling it's gonna be us. Did I say something funny?
いや、冷静に考えれば、どうしようもなく不利なのはユウヤの方なのに。まるでそれを感じない。
An insurmountable handicap. Is she referencing the lack of the psychic linking or what? One of the few things I'm grateful for my horrible self for. Back in the day, I didn't give a F about anything else, and I'm not saying I want to go back to that lone wolf bullcrap all over again. It's just I've always had to fight for the things I wanted. That's how I've learned that you have time to whine, you have time to forge ahead. Your worth as a person isn't decided by your effort, it's your hard-earned victories that count. That's the sort of do-or-die attitude that helps you grow a thick skin, something that served me well.
なるほどな。やはりユウヤは手強いな。
Yeah, I like to pretend. Did that cheer you up a little?
そうだな。
Telling you to chin up too, alright?
わかった。私はもう戻る。
Sure, I'll talk to you later.
ユウヤ？
What?
イーニャも私も、ユウヤからのプレゼントはとても気に入っている。サンダーク隊に報告もして許可を受けた。
Aww.
何も心配はいらない。
That's very sweet. That right. Couldn't have asked for better news.
ではな。
Back to the drawing board it is. I have to beat the Scarlet Twins for Yui's sake.
報告は以上だ。
Oh boy, here we go again. I'm never gonna say his name right, but Chief Bailiev. I feel like he's gonna have the most tragic story because I don't think there's a happy ending for him, frankly. I mean, whether or not the Soviets win this or not, like, he's pretty screwed. He was screwed from the terrorist attack on set.
現時点では仮説だが、可能性は極めて高いのだ。
概要については理解した。それで貴様は私にどうしろと？
子宮調整層を使用して最適化処置を施す。そしてとりあえずは状況を静観していてもらおう。
Interesting. The adjustment tank. So apparently they put them inside the tank and they can do some kind of like manipulation. That might be some of the stuff that they use to like edit their memories or whatnot. But like, there's definitely something. I wish I could know more about that technology, but I'm guessing they're gonna keep it very like for the story's sake. Very enigmatic, like an enigma. They're gonna keep it an enigma.
今できることはそれだけか？
あまり悪い話だと取らないでもらいたい。コントロールユニットの量産に成功したのだぞ。
この件に関しては他言無用。情報の精査を急ぎたまえ。ロゴフスキー大佐には私から報告する。
Captain Sendak wants to be a choke point for information.
わかった。
October 8th, 2001.
よーし、完了。いつでも OK だぜ、ゆうや。
Copy that. I'm off.
コマンドポストよりアルゴス1。ガントリー解放完了。発進待機位置に移動せよ。
Argus 1 understood. Moving to take off position.
コマンドポストよりアルゴス2。アルゴス1に続き、規定位置まで移動せよ。
アルゴス2了解。
Oh boy. It's time. Kriska and ya, let's dance.
ユウヤ、絶対勝つぞ。
Darn right we are. I'm bringing my A game to this fight. Now, is it gonna skip the battle or are we gonna watch it blow for blow?
やりやがったな。
Come on, we can do this. They're here. Good job, Tiesa. Keep bathing them in. Say hi to my little friend.
アルゴス1、あいつらまだ連携が取れてない。一気に行こ
Don't rush it. One TSF at a time. Gotta make sure we shoot them down.
う。もう時間ないって。
Keep Bogey 1 in check. Make sure you don't miss your opening.
了解。
Remember, keep your distance. Avoid close quarters combat like the plague.
わかってる。
We survived a terrorist attack together. I'm sure we have the team beat in terms of teamwork. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now! But they can anticipate our movements. The smoke's spreading around. Perfect timing. Dun 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 dun. Sharks in the water. There it is! Got him! Time to show the world the Shooting Second's unbeatable.
おっしゃー、派手に行くぜ。
I have a bad feeling about this. The music's bumping, though. There's the second. Come on, get him down. Take him down. Oh, look at that smug face on Teresa. How the heck did they survive that? Was I shot off target? Argus 2, Bogey 2 is yours.
了解。
Come on. Come on.
イーダル1、聞こえるかイーダル1。イーダル2、左視脚に損傷系。ダメです。フラフカ発動しません。
イーダルは日曜ペンタールを投与しろ。二人ともだ。
了解。
Uh-oh.
急げ。
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not looking good. Something's gone wrong. They're still doing good considering they're not in their full state. Argus 2 in position. Got him. Boom. Oh, they shot Vizslas. Blast Scissor now. Something's off. Chris Canini's maneuvers are awfully sluggish. Could this be a trap? Understood? Okay. Okay.
以上が午前中の演習の映像記録だ。判定という結果ではあるが、スコアでは干渉することができた。
Alright. But they get a second turn, so they're gonna be able to make some adjustments.
昨日の機動力試験では及ばなかったものの、十分以上に取り戻すことができた内容だったと言える。
Oh, thank goodness.
まあね。
Hey, 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 no, we really cannot let ourselves get, like, excited here.
ご機嫌ね。
散々やられてきたからな。たまに勝つと嬉しさ倍増ってやつじゃね？
ああ、なんか言ったかエロパスタ。
いいえ、なんも。
まあいいや。アホは相手にしない。ゆうや、その調子で午後もスカーレットツインをギッタギタにしてやんな。
あれ？あいつらはお前が落とすんじゃなかったのか？
私が鍛えてやった弟子が落とすんなら、私が落とすのも同じだろ？なあ、ゆうや。
The Scarlet Twins' reaction times are all over the place. No way they could unleash their full potential of their machine like that. And the other things have been bugging me. Kriska and Ninia's teammate was covering from them, but not one of the idols made an attempt to go on the offensive. It doesn't make any sense. Why did they insist on working as a team if they didn't mesh well with each other? Neither party could have attacked us by themselves. It would have worked out better. I suspect there was an elaborate trap, but they didn't switch tactics during the entire match. Maybe this was a training exercise of sorts for the Soviets? You know, a drill to improve their lacking teamwork or something like that?
では次に、午後のプログラムについて話をする。
Right. This is definitely going to be a
現
shake-up.
在の状況だ。
まだ使えるのか？
問題ないはずだ。
責任者が推論しか語らないのは。
Man, Sanduk would hate me as a scientist too, because I'd always be like, well, there's always room for things to not go this way.
しかし、2戦目にユニットを交換するのは規定のプランであり。
冗談だ、主任。午後の準備を始めよう。
Yeah, I think the afternoon is going to be a whole different thing. If anything, like by getting these 2 rounds, they almost like, I think the trap might be getting us to be like, to feel like they're going to be predictable. Although it seemed like they were trying, I think the real trap is going to be this afternoon where they're going to just obliterate us. And since they take the better of the 2, that's the one they'll show.
では最後に、伝達事項だ。
ソ連軍からの申し出により、演習開始予定時刻は1時間遅れて、1号〇〇時となりました。演習時間は午前と同じ30分間です。伝達事項は以上です。
昨日の結果から、本日の比較試験は厳しいものになると予想していたのだが、貴様たちは、私の予想を見事に覆してくれた。午後のプログラムも、この調子で頼むぞ。
了解。
Understood. I'm really nervous.
解散。
I'm actually more nervous now.
しゃあ、今度
She's so
こそ
happy.
撃墜してやんぜ。な、ゆうや。
You bet I am.
コマンドポストよりアルゴス各機。機体ステータスを最終確認せよ。
Alright. I know it's not the most optimal, but I feel like it's going to get real spicy this time. So I think we're going to end it here. We could focus on the results of the test next week, which gives me hype for the next video, but then we get to see the after effects right after. Because if I do this now, we're going to have to do a stop at the end of the test, and I have a feeling whatever goes down is going to be real spicy. So let's save it and let the fallout happen when we get there. Oof, I am nervous. It doesn't help that the soundtrack is kind of emphasizing that right now, but yeah. My guess, honestly, is either going to be they're going to be really insanely powerful this time, and we're gonna fight for we're gonna have to give our all and maybe fail, or they're going to be doing really well, but what if they go into that like super like death mode and then they try to kill one of us and like we have to actually like respond in kind, and like that terrifying thought. So it's not looking great. I'm not excited for what's gonna happen. I'm curious. I'm very curious, but I'm also terrified. I don't think it's gonna be a happy ending. So yeah, we'll have to just see. But hopefully you enjoyed today's episode, especially the wind up and getting ready for this really solid pitch. But you know, we'll get to it. We'll see what happens when we get to the other side of it, and hopefully it's not too terrible. I just got this gut feeling. I have a feeling it's gonna be real bad, no matter no matter where we stand at the end. We're gonna wish this test had never happened. So that's my prediction. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel. I appreciate your time and your ability and your willingness to share this with me. And hopefully you enjoyed this as much as I did, because I'm having fun. But anyway, thank you so much. And until next video, watch me, have seen me next. I'll see you there.